Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, my name is Andrew Rothman. I'm the Vice President of the Gun Owners Civil Rights Alliance. You have to forgive me, I'm from New York and I talk fast anyway. With the time limitations, I might talk a little faster. You know, we try to be patient. Professor Olson is incredibly patient. He's been coming here for 24 years and answering the same questions over and over. We try to be calm, to be logical, to present objective facts and evidence. But you know what? We're getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of it. Senator Champion is right. There is a problem in Minneapolis. Minneapolis has 7% of Minnesota's population and more than 40% of the homicides. Minneapolis outmurders the rest of the state by a factor of almost 800%. Oh, there's a problem in Minneapolis, a huge problem. But you know what? It has nothing to do with hardware. It also has nothing to do with me or with the 99.9% of law-abiding gun owners in Minnesota. We're not going to take your guns, we keep getting told. No, not all at once. Instead, these bills add obstacle after obstacle, impediment after impediment. Want to buy your buddy's gun? Add $50 to the price. Add $50 to exercise a constitutional right. That sounds a lot like me. It sounds like a poll tax, a financial impediment to the exercise of a basic right. No background check is going to stop a criminal from getting his hands on a gun. I know that. 2.5 million Minnesota gun owners know it. And what's worse, I think the author knows it. We're not going to take your guns away, they say. Not all at once. Instead, the real intent, the real effect of these bills is to harass and tax and discourage the exercise of this constitutional right. That's what the District of Columbia attempted. That's what the city of Chicago tried to do. They both wrote multi-million-dollar checks to the NRA and the Second Amendment Foundation for their legal fees, fighting those violations of constitutional rights. Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, you know what works. Treat the mentally ill, lock up the repeat offenders. That's going to be hard. It might even be expensive. But it's going to work. Harassing the law-abiding won't. You know, there's the story about the man who comes upon another man under a street light at night, and he's peering on the ground. And the first man says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "I'm looking for my car keys." He looks at the street. He says, "Are you sure this is where you dropped them?" And he said, "No, I'm pretty sure I dropped them in the alley over there." "Well, why are you looking over here?" And the man looking says, "Well, because the light's better here." You're looking where the light's better, but you're not looking where the problem is. Look for where the solution really is, not where it's easy. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Rothman.